We all know how crucial speed is when using the heart attack strategy for Meteora, and even a few seconds difference when you're fiddling trying to make the position or you don't know which range exactly you want to do can be the difference between a huge loss and a win. Previously, what you might have been doing is finding a trending token, heading over to Meteora hoping to make a quick position, finding the pool, clicking on it, and then going to add liquidity, having to manually type in what you want to do, select your curve, and then the difficult part is trying to line up the numbers and the percent with the constant changing price, as the token is most likely very volatile early on, having to click over to the chart, maybe even change the token denomination, and by the time you've made it, you are too slow. And that's why today I want to talk about this feature, which is currently live on MetEngine and Charting AG, but I know very shortly a few other tools such as Cleopatra. And that is being able to instantly ape into the positions, but not just a one-click defined strategy or having to manually type in the percent, but actually being able to draw in the chart, not even having to accept the transaction, but drawing it on, one-click accepting and having the position made. And this has been a growing trend, which we've seen in the last month, more tools looking into. And both these are featured on the lparmy.com community tools section, but obviously they're not affiliated in any. And with this pipeline, what you're able to do is once you've found a token on your favorite tool, and this is mainly for those quick early plays I've found, you're able to find the ticker, head over to one of these platforms once you're signed up, and on the curve, what you can do is select your custom amounts, kind of like you see on trading platforms like Axiom. Select the amounts which you'd like to ape automatically, and once you've entered an amount here, you are able to select your strategy such as bid ask, spot, curve. What you can do is select your price or market cap, put the amount you want to put in. If you want to go one-sided, so no token, select one-sided only, select bid ask and draw the range on. And this is a super smooth process. So make sure it's one-sided. And as you can see, this is roughly a 30% range. And I can draw it on, and as soon as I click open position, this will go through and I will have this position made. And what I can do is head over, I can export my key, go over to Meteora to see this position in action too. So if I go over, you can see that the position is made right here. And if I go back over to MetEngine, if I click withdraw, it should be pretty instantaneous too, as you can see by the swapping in the bottom right hand corner, and that has gone through successfully. Another tool which has similar functionality, although they have a slightly different UI right now, but I believe, in the future, they will all be very similar, and they're offering something fairly similar. So if I click over on charting.ag, and this is quite a lot more new, you can see only on the 5th of November they tweeted this, but the team did DM me, and that's how I found out about it. And if I pick a token, so, they have their own kind of top charts, but you can search any particular ticker. I'm just going to click on the useless one. You're going to want to click over to DLMM most likely, and you can select which pool you want, and it's very clean UI. And as you can see, I have a little bit of Solana in this wallet. I'm going to manually enter an amount. As you see, I can't quite afford it. I do think the method that MetEngine have, where it's Axiom style, you have a few different options to enter other than 50% and max, does work the best, and I'll suggest that to the team. But again, you select your curve strategy. You can select one-sided SOL, one-sided token, or 50-50. And instead of it being beside the chart, you can actually zoom out the chart and zoom right out like this. I think it does work better this way, but it's a very minor difference. But once you have decided your range, so I'm going to move that one-sided, bid ask, I can click add liquidity, and the same again, we do have our slippage which we set and our priority fee, but this will hopefully go through pretty quick. You can see that as added. Of course, on more volatile tokens, we'll need to up this, but I've checked as well, and this position is open straight away on Meteora with the bid ask curve which we made. The only other thing to note with both of these is currently when you select a pool such as 100 bin step, I can't make more than one position, such as 120 bin pool. This position, it won't allow me to stretch it further than kind of the minus 49%, which is the max for 100 bin. If I try, it doesn't let me, and maybe that's just something to do with the functionality. But if you are using this, on volatile early tokens, you you probably aren't going to be stretching more than this anyway, or you're normally going to be in a larger bin step pool. So I will leave a link to both these projects and a code to MetEngine, as you do need that to access the platform, but Charting AG, you can just connect your wallet. The only other thing to note as well is, of course, there is fees associated with the platform. So MetEngine do have their documentation, and in their fee structure, they say 0.5% swap fee on blue chips, but there's a 3% fee on your earned yield. There's a 3% fee on fees you generate from your LP position, but no fees on deposits, which is good. So my microphone was not working for this, so I have had to record this externally, but I found a coin to actually enter on MetEngine, and what I did was able to set the range on this token Orex, which at the time was running. There hasn't been a lot of coins which have run like this, so I just went in with, all I had on the site was 1 Solana, so I went in with 0.5, setting up the range, going fairly narrow for this, as it's not quite heart attack, but it was on an uptrend and I wanted to try and capitalize on it a bit. And what I was able to do is, obviously I have my wallet exported, so after this, able to head over to Meteora and actually monitor the position in real time, which is good. So that position is open and you can instantly see what the P&L is starting to look like, and what the parameters I have are with Sol one-sided with a bid ask with 0.5. So I'm actually going to go ahead and close that position and close it all out for some profit. And in the end for that, we made about 25% profit, or $20, as I only had, 1 Solana in that wallet, but that's a pretty decent percent. And you saw the functionality and it did work as we want. The only thing is, I think there could be some improvements drawing on the chart, having the zap out feature built into MetEngine as well. That would be pretty cool. And also being able to see your kind of bid ask Meteora position. So we're just kind of taking all of the best parts and just making it into one smooth UI. But I think if someone can do that, it would be amazing.